What would you do if the man behind bars asked for something that could change how you see justice itself? Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because what happens in this story will stay with you long after it ends. Officer Hannah Cole had been on the Texas State Force for 12 years. She'd seen things she wished she could forget: broken lives, quiet regrets, justice and mercy twisted together in the same courtroom. But nothing had prepared her for Marcus Tillman. Marcus was a 42-year-old inmate on death row. Convicted of armed robbery and a fatal shooting, his final execution date had been confirmed for next week. He was calm about it, disturbingly calm, and that unsettled everyone at the facility. Hannah's job was simple: supervise his final week. No special treatment, no complications. She was known for being tough but fair, the heart with a badge. Her colleagues used to joke. Yet on her third day watching Marcus, he asked something strange. "Officer Cole," he said through the thick glass, voice low but steady, "I got one last request before I go. It ain't about food or family. I just need 5 minutes outside." She frowned. "Outside, in the prison yard. No handcuffs, no chance. Just air and a sky. You can stand right next to me if you need. I just want to feel the wind again before I die." Hannah studied him. There was no defiance in his tone, no manipulation, just a man asking for something he'd been denied for years. "I can't authorize that," she said. "You know that." "Yeah," Marcus replied softly. "But I figured if anyone could see why I'd ask, it'd be you." She didn't know what he meant, but those words hit deeper than they should have. That night, she couldn't sleep. Outside her window, the Texas wind blew through the trees. The same wind Marcus longed to feel again. Something about his eyes had haunted her. Not guiltless, but human. The next morning, Hannah went to her superior, Captain Reed. "Sir, I know it's unusual, but he's not asking for much. Just 5 minutes outside before the execution. I'll stand with him. No risks." Reed sighed. "Cole, this isn't a movie. That man shot 2 people during a robbery. You give him 5 minutes, and next thing you know, every inmate will want to stroll under the sun before they meet the needle." "I understand, sir," she said, "but I think it might bring him peace." Reed gave her that long, hard look only older cops could give. Peace? He made his choices. Don't lose yourself trying to fix broken glass. Still, she couldn't let it go. Over the next few days, Hannah visited Marcus again, officially for routine checks, but in truth, she just wanted to understand him. "You ever think about what you do different?" she asked one evening. Marcus nodded. "Every day. I was angry. Thought the world owed me. My boy was 3 when I got locked up. He's 16 now. Don't even write back anymore." There was silence. Then Hannah said quietly, "I know what it's like to lose family to bad choices. My brother overdosed at 19. Marcus's eyes lifted. "Then you know what I mean. Some things you can't fix. You just wish you'd done better while you could." For the first time, she didn't see a criminal. She saw a man crushed by his own past. By the 6th day, Hannah made a decision that could end her career. She went to the warden herself. "I'll take full responsibility," she said. "One officer, one inmate, 5 minutes. We can keep it off record." The warden hesitated, but after years of service and spotless discipline, Hannah had earned trust. Finally, he said, 5 minutes. Not a second more. So, at sunset that evening, she led Marcus to the small, fenced yard behind the prison. The orange sky painted the clouds like fire, and the air smelled of rain. When the gate locked behind them, Marcus tilted his head back and closed his eyes. "Lord," he whispered, "I forgot it felt like this." For a long moment, they stood in silence. Hannah watched him breathe, slow and deep, as if he could drink in the air itself. He looked over and smiled. "Thank you, Officer Cole. You don't have to thank me." "Yeah, I do," he said, "because you didn't have to see me like a man. Most don't." Then he reached into his shirt pocket, and Hannah's pulse jumped. She stepped forward, hand on her holster. "What are you doing?" Marcus froze, lifted both hands. "Easy. It's not what you think." He pulled out a small, folded photograph. Worn edges, creased in the middle. A picture of a boy. "My son," he said. "His name's Isaiah. I've been keeping this picture since he was 3. My last wish ain't just the wind, Officer Cole. I want to ask you something else." Hannah's voice lowered. "What is it?" Marcus swallowed hard. "Find him. Tell him I ain't the monster they said I was. Tell him I'm sorry. Her heart clenched. Marcus, I can't just. He interrupted softly. You already did what no one else would. Just think about it. Please. The warden's voice crackled over the intercom. Time's up. Marcus looked at the sky one last time, then at her. That's enough. I got my piece. As Hannah escorted him back inside, the photo weighed heavy in her pocket. He'd slipped it into her hand when she wasn't looking. That night, she sat in her car, staring at the picture. The boy's smile was bright, innocent, untouched by what his father had become. And then she made another choice, one that would change everything. Hannah drove home that night with the photo still in her hand. She told herself she shouldn't, that she was crossing a line, but something in Marcus's eyes wouldn't let her rest. She had seen countless criminals lie, cry, and beg, but this felt different. By the time she reached her small house outside Huntsville, the clock read 2:13 a.m. She sat on the edge of her bed, phone in one hand, photo in the other. The boy, Isaiah, had his father's eyes. Find him, Marcus had said. By morning, she decided. The next day, Hannah made a few quiet calls. She couldn't use official police databases for personal business, but she had friends, people who owed her favors. After hours of searching, she finally found a trace. Isaiah Tillman, 16, foster system, Houston area. Her stomach tightened. The boy had bounced between homes for years. His records showed no contact with family. That afternoon, she got in her car and drove the 2 hours to Houston, the photograph resting on the passenger seat. The closer she got, the more guilt twisted inside her. She was an officer of the law. She wasn't supposed to interfere in cases like this. But she couldn't shake the thought that maybe, just maybe, this was what justice really looked like. The foster home was a tired 2-story building with a peeling porch and kids' bikes scattered across the lawn. She found the director, a kind woman named Mrs. Jackson, who looked puzzled when Hannah showed her badge. I'm not here on official business, Hannah said softly. I just need to speak to Isaiah Tillman. His father asked me to. Mrs. Jackson frowned. Marcus Tillman? Hannah nodded. The woman sighed. That boy don't talk about his father. Says he's dead. I didn't think it was my place to tell him otherwise. Please, Hannah said. I won't upset him. I just need 5 minutes. Mrs. Jackson hesitated, then finally motioned toward the backyard. He's out there shooting hoops. Hannah stepped outside. Isaiah was tall for his age, lean, wearing an old t-shirt and scuffed sneakers. He looked up, wary, when she approached. You the cops? He asked. Yeah, she said, but not here to arrest anybody. He nodded, still cautious. Then what do you want? She held out the photograph. You know this picture? Isaiah froze. His hands dropped to his sides. Where did you get that? Your dad gave it to me, she said gently. I work a Huntsville unit. I was with him this week. He stared at her, jaw tight. He's dead. They told me he died. Not yet, Hannah said. He's scheduled for execution tomorrow night. Isaiah turned away, gripping the basketball so hard it creaked. So why are you here? Because he asked me to find you, she said. He wanted you to know he's sorry. He said he doesn't expect forgiveness. He just didn't want you thinking he never cared. Isaiah's eyes glistened. He tried to blink it away. Sorry doesn't change what he did. He killed people. I know, Hannah said quietly. But I think he changed. Sometimes people don't find peace until it's almost too late. For a long moment, neither spoke. The only sound was the basketball dropping onto the dirt. Then Isaiah asked, if he's really sorry, does he ever think about me? Every day, Hannah said. He talked about you like you were the one thing he ever did right. Isaiah swallowed hard. I don't even remember his face. Hannah hesitated, then pulled out her phone. Would you want to see him? Just once. Isaiah's eyes widened. They'd let that happen. I can make a call, she said. But it has to be tonight. He didn't answer right away. Then quietly, yeah, I want to see him. At 8:47 p.m., Hannah drove back through the prison gates, with Isaiah in the back seat. The guards looked confused, but her presence and the warden's reluctant nod allowed them through. Inside, Marcus sat in the visitation room, hands folded, eyes closed. When the door opened, he looked up, and the world seemed to stop. Isaiah stepped in slowly, unsure. Marcus stood. His voice trembled. Isaiah. The boy's chin quivered, but he said nothing. He just stared, as if trying to match the man before him to a memory he barely remembered. I didn't think you'd come, Marcus whispered. Isaiah's voice cracked. Why'd you do it, Dad? Marcus closed his eyes. Because I was stupid, angry, thought the world took everything from me, so I took from it. And that cost me everything, including you. Isaiah wiped his eyes. You could have just been there. That's all I ever wanted. Marcus stepped closer to the glass. Son, if I could trade my last breath to give you one good day, I would. I ain't to skin you to forgive me, just to live better than I did. Isaiah bit his lip, tears falling freely now. I hate that you're gonna die, but I hate more that I waited this long to see you. Marcus smiled sadly. Then don't waste another day hating anything, son. The world don't need more hate. It needs more men who can forgive. The intercom buzzed, visitation over. The guards started to move in. Marcus pressed his hand to the glass. I love you, boy. Don't forget that. Isaiah pressed his hand up too, trembling. I won't. Hannah watched, her own throat tightening. She had seen violence, crime, punishment, but never redemption like this. When they left, Isaiah sat silently in the car. After a while, he said, He's not the man they told me about. No, Hannah said softly. He's not. The next night, Marcus Tillman was executed. His final words were simple. Tell my son the wind feels free. Tell him to live free. Hannah stood by the witness window, tears slipping down her face, not because she doubted justice, but because she finally understood mercy. Weeks later, she received a letter in the mail. No return address. Inside was a photo. Isaiah at a community center, smiling, helping younger kids play basketball. On the back it read, Thank you for letting me say goodbye. Hannah smiled through her tears. Sometimes she thought the smallest act of kindness can rewrite an entire life, or even two. Claquete outro. What would you have done in Hannah's place? Do you believe people can truly change, even at the end of their lives? If this story moved you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more real stories that remind us of the humanity behind every headline.